Undoubtedly, Sister Wives star Maddie Brown is sorting through decisions that were made on her behalf as a child. Although she and Kody Brown had some very special moments, Maddie is digging into the toxic environment she grew up in. She shares more about her childhood and the trauma she has carried into adulthood. Breaking the cycle. In Sister Wives Season 19, Maddie Brown has been a thorn in Kody Brown's side. He credits their estrangement to her blabbing all his secrets to the rest of the family. However, she has been clapping back with ammunition to prove he was toxic in her childhood. As she goes through her personal journey of parenting, she is reflecting on the trauma she carries from her childhood. Recently, she started a podcast so she can dive into her story outside of what fans see on the show. In several episodes of her podcast, The Authentic Society, she discusses how she has removed herself from some family members to explore who she is without the noise that comes from staying engaged. But she admits, she is still working on having discussions with family while staying civil even when they disagree. Furthermore, she remembers and struggles with growing up without having a voice. Admittedly, she is still trying to learn how to see toxic relationships for what they are. After marrying Caleb Brush, Maddie's eyes were opened to the idea that there are alternate ways to live. In some ways, he helped her confront that there is a better way to talk through issues when they arise. Now, she is paving a path to do different in her journey as a mother. Maddie Brown shares more childhood trauma. On Reddit, Sister Wives fans discuss how Maddie Brown is reflecting on her childhood trauma. First, a user says, "Maddie and Joey." Then, they add, "This was a comment sent by a viewer of her podcast as something they learned in 2024. But this pic of her and Joey sparkling heart 2 hearts. Additionally, the Redditor added a photo from Maddie's Instagram page of her and Joey squeezing close and grinning for the camera. The overlaid text said, "Let's discuss that parenting is doing what is best for my kid, not making my kid do what's best for others." And she added a 100% to agree. Seemingly, Maddie is looking back on her raising and wanting to make changes for her kids. She identifies with the statement because she often was taught to re-examine her thoughts and words to appease others. While she goes through her parenting adventure, Maddie stops to question what she wants for her kids. She doesn't want to accept that a societal norm or a pattern in her childhood is the correct path. If it doesn't fit her mindset for teaching her kids about the world, she pauses to find her own way. Fans catch the connection. After the initial post about Sister Wives star Maddie Brown's stance on doing what is best for her children, other fans see the connection. In many ways, Maddie is learning to think for herself and she wants that for her family as well. One user sees that it is a shot at Kody Brown. "This was a jab at Kody for sure." Another person adds, "I wondered if she purposely chose a pic with the child he's never met to rub salt in the wound." So happy that Maddie is being so vocal. She's a great mom. Likewise, a TikTok from @news.celebrity shows some of the interactions with the Brown family growing up where Maddie Brown felt as if her opinion was muted. Do you think Maddie Brown is learning from her childhood what she doesn't want for her kids? Do you think she carries a lot of childhood trauma in her adulthood from her raising? Are you ready to see more episodes of Sister Wives? Drop your comments below. In a candid moment that has left fans of Sister Wives both heartbroken and inspired, Maddie Brown, daughter of Kody Brown and his second wife, U.S.A. Brown, has opened up about her difficult childhood experiences and the trauma she's carried with her over the years. The revelations come as Maddie continues to evolve from a reality TV personality to a relatable voice for those who've struggled with complex family dynamics, emotional pain, and healing. 4 years, Maddie has been a part of the Brown family's journey, navigating the ups and downs of a polygamous household with grace and maturity. While viewers have seen her grow from a teenager to a mother, it's only recently that Maddie has felt ready to share deeper aspects of her past, those moments that shaped her into the woman she is today. A story of struggles beneath the spotlight. Maddie's life on Sister Wives has often seemed like a series of milestones: graduating high school, getting married, and having children, yet, beneath the surface, she has faced the same struggles many people endure behind closed doors. As a member of the Brown family, Maddie's experiences were often overshadowed by the drama between Kody and his wives, the complexities of polygamy, and the shifting allegiances between family members. But now, Maddie is pulling back the curtain to reveal how those family dynamics affected her in profound ways. In recent interviews and on social media, Maddie has shared her emotional journey, how growing up in a polygamous family wasn't always the fairytale many assumed it to be. The love, support, and community promised by the lifestyle often seemed distant, as Maddie and her siblings were forced to navigate challenges that were largely invisible to the public eye. The impact of polygamy on Maddie's childhood. Maddie has been open about how the polygamous lifestyle shaped her emotional landscape. Growing up in a family where multiple wives shared the same husband, Maddie was often caught in the tension between loyalty to her father, Kody, and her need to understand the different relationships he had with his wives. This confusion, coupled with the emotional volatility of polygamous family life, left Maddie struggling to find her place within the family dynamic. What Maddie found particularly challenging was the absence of traditional family structures. While polygamy is based on a belief system that prioritizes family unity and support, the reality was often more complex. Maddie has spoken about how the intense focus on Kody's needs, as well as the differing emotions and expectations from each of his wives, made it difficult to establish stable relationships with her siblings. It wasn't easy being a child in a family where everything revolved around the adults, Maddie admitted during one heartfelt conversation. You didn't get the same kind of support and attention that you'd get in a typical family. A hidden battle, trauma from neglect and emotional strain. While Maddie never publicly revealed the extent of her childhood trauma until recently, the signs of emotional distress were evident over the years. Many of the emotional struggles she faced came from feelings of neglect, both emotional and physical. With Kody often splitting his time between his 4 wives, it's clear that Maddie, like many children of polygamous families, was often left to fend for herself. In a series of social media posts, Maddie spoke about how her experiences growing up in the Brown family affected her mental health. There were moments in my childhood when I felt completely alone, she shared. I wasn't sure if I was ever truly seen or heard, even though I was surrounded by people. These feelings of isolation only deepened as she grew older and realized that, in many ways, her emotional needs were secondary to the needs of the adults around her. It wasn't until she became a mother herself that Maddie fully understood the depth of the trauma she had been carrying. Embracing healing and empowerment. Despite the heavy burden of childhood trauma, Maddie has come to a place of healing and empowerment. Over the years, she has worked through her emotional pain with the help of therapy, close friendships, and a commitment to her own personal growth. She's also found strength in her role as a wife and mother, and her growing family has provided a sense of stability that was often absent during her own childhood. Maddie's journey is far from over, but she has become an inspiration to many who have experienced similar hardships. By sharing her story, Maddie has shown that it's possible to confront trauma and come out stronger on the other side. It's about owning your past, accepting it, and learning how to move forward, she says with conviction. As the Brown family continues to navigate its public and private struggles, Maddie's openness about her childhood trauma is a reminder that healing is a process, and that the most important step in that process is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. In a world that often demands perfection from reality TV stars, Maddie Brown's authenticity is a powerful message that resonates with fans and followers alike.